That's my introduction. I don't know what that is. Yeah, I'm live again, guys. I'm live again. So, an impromptu. Do you think this is an impromptu one? Yeah, so I haven't really planned this. Is the audio working okay? Let's. Yeah, I think it is. Yeah, as the title suggests, I want to talk about mining, and I want to talk about GPU miners versus ASIC miners. It's something we've talked about before many times, but this debate is still going on. So it's something I want to talk about because the announcement by Horizon the other night, Zencash, their announcement has got a lot of people talking about it again, and I'm getting a ton of comments from people talking about ASIC mining. ASIC mining is evil, GPU mining is dead, and all that. So I thought we'd do a live stream about it. We can chat about it, and we can try and get rid of some of the myths, because I think a lot of people are saying, you know, certain things that I don't think are true, and other people are taking it a little bit personally, you know, and I don't know. I'm trying to see both sides of this. But you all know the drill. You all know the drill. If you're watching, leave a comment, get involved. Mr. Rick with the first comment. Mr. Rick, welcome to the stream, mate. I normally wait a couple of minutes before we start chatting about anything, any serious conversation. Hi, Joseph. Hi, King Trigains. I'm not in the Scottish Highlands, actually. A part of me wishes I was. It's beautiful up there, but I'm in the lowlands. I'm between, you know, I'm the general population. We are in Scotland. Most of the population is between Glasgow and Edinburgh. I think it's like 60% of the population. Oh, I didn't see that, Justin. I've been reading it. I read one or two articles about the ProgPow thing in Ethereum, but I've not been following Ethereum. Just been following some of the comments on Twitter. Hi, Bobby from USA. Hi, Crypto Pope. How's everyone doing? I'll let some people arrive. Feel free to post a link on, well, I don't know, where can you post it? Twitter, Facebook, Discord. This is one part of YouTubing I'm not that good at. I'm not good at self-promotion. I don't go out there and send my link too many places. Occasionally I post in the Safecoin Discord, but that's it. Right. So, everyone's wrecked. Playing with a new Mini. Ah, nice. Well, that's something I'd like to talk about. If anyone's got a Mini, by the way, I'd like to do a video with you. You know, bring you on in a live stream, or, you know, do a dedicated video. We can just chat and you can tell us more about it. Justin saying the progressive proof of work could be implemented in 8 months. Block reward will be reduced to 2. Hey, ads. See ya. Yeah, I'm going to see what's happening. I've actually been mining Ethereum the last week or so. In fact, ads, you sent me a good picture. Do you want me to share that? I can share that with everyone if you want me to show you your setup. I'll let people arrive before we do any serious talk about ASIC mining and GPU mining and all that. But the interesting thing is, you know, I followed all this the other night. I did a video about the if I can get it here, the Horizon announcement, and this has really created a rift again. You know, there's a lot of people arguing about this. I was getting lots of comments about this, you know, about, you know, the pros, the cons and all that. Yeah, there was a lot of people pissed off, more so than I realised. You know, I had, when I did my video about the announcement, I just gave you my thoughts on it, and I said I tried to look at both sides, and I am trying to look at both sides. But I was in the Discord a little bit more after my video, and I didn't realise how annoyed people were, which is fine, because I do think there's more likely for people to be, you know, GPU miners who are pissed off are more likely to be vocal. But yeah, it's I was quite surprised at, you know, how, you know, the general sentiment, and I saw that in my comments as well. That's good, Joseph. 4-day shipping time. Wow. I'm not full-time crypto, no. I'm not full-time. I mean, ideally, you know, if I ever get to the point I can go full-time with YouTube, that'd be good. Well, I'm kind of full-time now, but I'm not making any money from it. Yeah, the service node is going well. Hi, Stephen. Service node is going well. You know, I'll do a follow-up video in a few weeks. There's nothing much to say just now because it's just ticking along. The daily returns are going down, as you would expect, because it's a new coin and more people are setting up nodes. Right, do you guys want to see... Do you want to see ads GPU mining rig? Do you guys want to see that? Are you okay for me sharing this, ads? Right. So, ads for you 28. Oh, hold on a minute. Jim G, just a tidbit of info. Mozilla Firefox are implementing a blocking script which will disable crypto mining in a browser window, so no more malicious scripts. That's great news, Jim. That's really good. That's great. Yeah, that's fantastic. Bobby just bought an MSI RX 580 8GB using my Ethereum money after converting to Bitcoin. Only $209. Is that what are they new? What are they new just now? I'm not sure what they are new. Right. Drum roll. Okay, so this is Ad's GPU mining setup, and he sent me a picture of this today. And yeah, there's what was the word I used, Ads? Was it colourful? Colourful. You know, the thing that really surprised me about this was that the motherboard was upside down. That really freaked me out. That really, you know, because I've not seen that. From an administration point of view, I'd be like, you know, maintaining it, I'd be like, this is a pain, it's all upside down. Yeah, so if I just kind of look at the top here, you've got an EVGA power supply up here at the top. And you've got, I assume there's another one down here, down the bottom. So you've got an EVGA PSU, that's a good brand. Very good brand. You get 4 USB risers coming out of the top motherboard there. What board is that? Mr. Rick's a ghetto mining rig. That's quite a good saving, Bobby. That's quite a good saving. EVGA. Yeah, I keep calling it EVGA. Someone, who was it, you that clarified that with me and you said that it's someone sent me a message and said it's not EVGA, it's EVGA. I keep switching between them. Yeah, so is that another graphics cards here in the left? You see in the left hand side here. Oh, I can zoom in. I didn't realise I could zoom in there. Right, let's start. If I can zoom in a little bit. See if I can bring this down a little bit. Right. So up here at the top. What's the motherboard there, Ads? Top board is just a crappy board. Yeah, it was me that pointed it out. Yeah, so you've not got any HDMI cables because you're using Hive OS. 4 USB risers into the board, stock fan, the EVGA power supply. Oh, it's a cheap Chinese motherboard. Okay, that looked like a motherboard to me. Is that a motherboard or is that a GPU? Oh, it's a GPU. What we're talking about is a cable there. Of course, it's a GPU. So first rack, you've got the motherboard, cheap Chinese motherboard, the EVGA browser, and you go down. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 GPUs there. By the looks of it, is that right? I'm only seeing four riser cables coming out there. Am I missing some? And then I think this is the bit down the bottom is the bit that kind of surprised me. Upside down. And here, right, okay, right. So here, I was wondering what was going on there because there's 4 risers there, but there's 6 GPUs there. But this one seems to be connected to the rig underneath, and it looks like this one down the bottom is. So that one, so 1, 3, 4, and 5 are on the rig above, and 2 and 6 are on the rig below. And these ones are a little bit neater down the bottom. Got the Ethernet cable in. Is it Ethernet? What's that? Is that a Wi-Fi adapter, or is that? Oh, that's USB. Is that a USB port? A USB drive for Hive OS? And yeah, that looks like another USB. Where's the Ethernet for this one? Or is that a wireless USB stick? Okay, as it's saying, 4 NVIDIA in top rig, 8 in bottom. Right, okay. Well, you've done quite well there, Bobby. Getting a $150 gift card for gaming on as well. Ah, the green cable. Right, right. Why did I not see that? Oh, it's because it looked like it was sticking in here. Yeah, the green cable. Yeah, that's obvious now because they're both green. Mine's is... I think mine's are a little bit tidier, but not by much. Really not by much at all. It's one of those things though. What's you know, is there a real incentive for it to be all super neat and all that? As long as you know where everything is. Jet, have we not discussed this before? I thought you told us did you not say you had a Litecoin miner? Yeah, I don't think can you install it on your PC? No, you cannot. No, you can't install it on your PC. Right, so that was interesting looking at Seer's rig. I'm happy, you know, to if any of you guys want to share your rigs with me, we can do that too. But for the moment, I want to talk about ASICs and I want to talk about GPU mining. I could even go through some of the comments and go through some of the comments left on my video the other day, because there are some interesting comments there, and it kind of illustrates the sentiment that's coming out, you know, that everyone's sharing as far as ASIC mining and GPU mining. So right, okay. Right, so I can go through some of the comments on my video the other day. That's one thing to do. But one thing I want to talk about, one thing I do want to talk about is this economies of scale thing. Not economies of scale, sorry. Environment. This is what I want to talk about. The environment. This is a comment I keep seeing being posted. And I think it's important to clarify that the general consensus is, you know, lots of people keep saying this, that ASICs are more efficient, they're better for the environment, GPU mining is killing the world and all that. But I think it's a very simple view of it. I don't think that's actually the case. The people say that open website asicminervalue.com. So there was a comment for, I'll see if I can find this comment because I'm mumbling. See if I can find the comment that we're talking about. It might have been on a different video. Is it? No. Right, okay. Right. So here's the point I'm trying to make. I got a few comments and I saw some people posting this and saying that ASIC miners are better for the environment, because you take a machine like the Z9 Mini, you know, say it's like 260 watts out of the box, say it's 300 watts or 320 overclocked. But let's, for argument's sake, say that a 1080 Ti is the same as a Z9 Mini. It's not. A 1080 Ti is a little bit less, but let's say that both of them are the same. Now, in the Equihash world, a Z9 Mini can, you know, it's got the performance of what, like, God, I don't even know how much it was. What was it, 750 sols for a 1080 Ti? And you're getting probably 20 times that with a Z9 Mini. So you could argue that a Z9 Mini is 20 times as efficient. 20 times as efficient. And that surely is better for the environment because your electricity costs are down and all that. But my argument against that is that it's all relative. You know, I don't think it's fair to compare efficiency between ASICs and GPUs, because that's only right now when most people don't have ASIC mining machines for a particular algorithm. So I'll give you an example. Say you've got two different companies and both of them want to mine your coin, or two different groups. And group A collectively has 10 ASIC machines and group B has 10 GPUs. Now you have to choose whether you have an ASIC algorithm or a GPU friendly algorithm, and you can choose to have either. If you go with the ASIC mining algorithm, yes, on paper your hash rate is higher, but you've still got 10 people, you've still got 10 machines mining, and you've still got 10 times, say, for example, 250 or 300 watts, whatever it may be. So you've got 10 people there who need to get coins. There's a fixed amount of coins every single day. So if you have the fixed number of coins every single day, and your project decides to go with an ASIC mining friendly algorithm, then those coins every single day are going to be divided by those 10 people with ASIC mining machines. So there's 10 people, 10 machines, and 10 groups of people getting those coins. The alternative is to go with GPU mining. People are saying it's not as efficient, but if you've got 10 people with GPUs, and let's, for argument's sake, say the electricity costs are exactly the same at 250 or 300 watts, whatever it may be. You've still got 10 people, you've still got 10 machines, and you've still got 10 machines running at 250 or 300 watts. So the efficiency argument and the environment argument, it kind of breaks down at that point. Now it does, it does work right now, and that argument does stand up if you're talking about ASIC mining machines versus GPU mining machines. So if someone's got a super efficient mining machine for, let's say, 8 hash, and someone else has got really old GPUs, then the ASIC mining machine will be more efficient. But at the end of the day, what you have is a certain number of people with machines, and another group of people with machines, and it's an arms race. That's all it is. It's an arms race. So I don't know. I'll kind of catch up with the comments so that I'm not going too far ahead of myself here. Bobby said he loves GPU mining. The Asus B250 19 card expert rocks have 11 going now. Home to have 13 by the end of the month. Nice. Cryptoland makes a very good point that mining, the margins are getting thinner, and we're going to see more mining farms, in third world countries, countries like China, perhaps India, I don't know, just countries where the electricity is very, very cheap to buy. And it's going to be very hard for anyone in North America, certainly in Europe, to compete against that. Joseph saying there's a strong argument to be made that the power involved in mining is what gives the currency value. Electricity has to be used up to make the coins have value. Very, very true, Joseph. That is the driving factor of everything. I think one of the only coins that doesn't have that, I think, is it not Bitcoin? I'm sure I saw an article that said that Bitcoin is one of the only coins that isn't valued that way, and that if you brought it down to the electricity costs, it would only be about $3,000 or $4,000. Ads is saying that ASICs have killed every algo they've been made for apart from Bitcoin. To be honest, yeah, when you think about Litecoin and other coins. Hi, John. 285 million hash on Ethereum. But, I think some people have... I don't think they have a complete picture of what's happening, because I do think there are arguments for an ASIC miner as far as efficiency goes. If everyone had, if I bought, like, for example, if I sold all my mining rigs and I bought some ASIC mining machines, I could make, I could make money on, let me see, Equihash or 8hash or whatever, and I could be burning less electricity. So I've made this mistake myself in the past, and I've said ASIC mining machines, they can be more efficient. But the argument breaks down if everyone sells their GPUs and everyone buys ASIC mining machines, because now what we have to do now is we all have to keep buying more ASIC mining machines to, because the hash rate is going to keep up and up and up, and all of a sudden we're all at the hands, we all have to rely on what Bitmain are doing. And this, this is the thing that everyone says that we shouldn't be doing, because Bitmain is the dominant company. Hi, Roderick. I'd love to hear your opinion on this too, Roderick. Mr. X is buying more ASICs. But this is the thing, I can see both sides of this argument, and I'm trying not to sit on the fence. I'm a GPU miner, but I'm trying to take a step back from GPU mining and look at, the whole picture as someone who doesn't have any equipment, trying to trying to be impartial in this. Selling GPUs for 40% price. I'm thinking about selling my GPUs as well. I haven't made a final decision on it, but I was talking to my friend about it, and I'm tempted. Simply so that I can put some coins and, you know, invest some other things. Joseph hit the nail on the head. I will buy whatever hardware makes most sense at the time. But, you know, you look at the sentiment in the Horizon Zencash forums the other night. I don't know if it's still like that in the Discord, but the other night certainly, you know, sorry, I get caught with a Discord message there. Multitasking is not my forte today. Right, I'll catch up with some of the comments. Looked like I'd froze there, didn't it? Looked like I'd froze. Multitasking. Right, I'm going to find some of these comments. Ads is saying, I cannot see how anyone who buys an ASIC today will ever return investment, not even in 5 years. Well, what do you think? Do you guys agree with that? Do you think if someone who buys a Z9 Mini today and gets it delivered in 2 weeks' time, do you think they will break even? Bobby, ASICs are too loud and hot. I cannot have that in my basements. That's one big downside to it. Roderick saying, in all of business, there's a squeeze of some sort. It's how business stimulates its growth. We, the consumers, have the capacity to choose to partake in the direction they want us to go or not. Dyer says he doesn't support any project because of ASICs. Hi, Francois. Hey, Britain. How you doing, mate? Crypto North. Hi, mate. Welcome to the stream. Well, the sentiment... I'm just looking at your comment there, Roderick. That ASICs have their place in crypto. It's amazing how much ASIC mining machines are dividing communities. This is still a hot topic. You know, months later, it's going to be a hot topic for a long time. But there's a lot of people who said they were going to sell their Zencash, sell their Horizon because of this. I think the biggest thing there with the way that Horizon have handled it, and Zcash and a few others, it's one of those things. I think that a lot of GPU miners are frustrated, and I think they seem that they're making the point that their voice isn't being heard. I think that's the kind of message I'm getting across from them. Daya says he didn't break even yet. When did you buy it? The batch 2 Z9 minis are junk. I think someone says you can still overclock them. There's a workaround. I'd saying the good thing about GPU mining, buy a GPU, mine coins against just buying coins, is you can lose all your money mining, but you can still mine something else and not be broke. But the thing is, as a GPU miner, I think that argument breaks down as well, because that's not always true. Like if I look at my, all the equipment I've got sitting behind me right now, if I look at all that equipment, if I actually had to break down my electricity costs and the money that I've made, I don't think I've broke even yet. And yet if I had to, say I didn't buy that equipment and 6 months later I just spent all that money on Z9 minis, I would have broke even in like 2 months. So I realise that ASIC mining machines are doorstops afterwards. I realise they have no resale value. But the fact of the matter is, if you look at my starting point, my starting investment, and then you look at where I am now, I would have been better, not buying GPUs last December and January and just buying the ASIC mining machines in June. I'd be in a better position financially. And I'm not trying to crap on GPU mining. That's just the reality that, the Z9 minis have actually did well. But again, I'm kind of picking and choosing, because if I had invested in certain coins, I'd be up. If I had bought a different type of ASIC mining machine, I could be way, way down. So a lot of it isn't just ASICs and GPUs, it's what you invest in as well. I guess it's different if you just convert coins and then, convert it to fiat. Yeah, Bitmain are selling. Yeah, they're using their ASICs before they sell, without a doubt. Joseph says you could also argue a GPU will take 4 years to ROI. Yeah. Well, this is the thing as well. ROI does go down very quickly. You know, my 1060s I bought for like 250, 255, maybe even 260, some of them. I could probably get maybe about 140, 130 for them now. So I've lost half the value, effectively. But I've had, you know, several months of mining. Roger, if we were Jihan Wu, how would you feel about the hate the world has for you? ASICs were ingenious and we would not care one bit. There's a comment. Where am I? As he's not scrolling up. I need to make this window bigger. That's what I need to do. I need to make the comment area bigger so I can see everything. Right. John was saying people need to wake up and realize that GPU mining for profits is dead. If you can't afford an ASIC, simply buy the coin. GPU mining certainly isn't in a good position right now. But again, it is important to remember that these things can change, and they can change. The market can change. There could be a couple of coins that can only be mined by GPUs that shoot up in price, and all of a sudden GPU mining is, it's a big thing again. I'm not saying that's what's going to happen, but if you look back a year ago, that's how Ethereum shot up. That's how mining became popular again. Diet received it late, 2 weeks later, then I should get it. So, regards to the Z9 Mini, Joseph says you can still OC batch 2 minis. So you can still overclock the batch 2 minis. There's a workaround in the miner dashboard. John is happy that Horizon didn't switch algo. Yeah, if you ordered a Z9 or a Z9 Mini, you'll be very happy with it not switching algorithm. Daya saying he's not even 50% breaking even because of the price drop. Is forced to buy another 2 Z9 Minis. Doubling down. You're doubling down. Watched a video about cities in USA where electric is hydroelectric is cheap and banning new crypto farms. I can understand that from a kind of regional point of view. If they have a set amount of electricity that they need for people's homes and businesses, and then there's people running crypto farms and they're exceeding the supply by 20%, then that kind of makes sense. You're not going to stop it in people's homes though. Yeah, Norlis was telling me about that, but that Dogecoin is shot up. If you bought crypto in December, January would be broke. Victor is 100% right. As no one knew that when the Z9 Minis were introduced that Zcash and Zencash wouldn't fork, so it was a huge risk. 100% correct, mate. Yeah, and that's why I didn't buy any. I thought it was still very risky. I thought it was a very risky investment. Yeah, I thought it was a risky investment. That's why I've hesitated, and I've still hesitated. But if I did have a little bit of money in a few months, I'm thinking about, and if I did sell a couple of my 1060s and keep my 1080 Ti's, and maybe keep the money, and then when a new ASIC mining machine comes out, maybe I'll do something different. Maybe I'll take a chance this time. Okay, for the other side, Roderick says that GPU mining is far from dead. My $220 spent on one RX 580 is making me 90 cents per day. By the end of the year, it's profiting me $180 after ROI. That's a very good point, Roger, because that your machine, your RX 580 isn't going to drop in value by that much by the end of the year. Maybe I should sell my 1060s and buy some AMD cards. I apologise if I'm missing some comments, guys. There's a lot of them coming thick and fast. Ginger James, good to see you. Bought a batch 2 Z9 Mini. Well, it's a good point about the gamers being glad that you don't have competition. But you know what? I was talking about this earlier about HashPower, and if everyone who was GPU mining sold their GPUs and bought ASICs, then the hash rate is going to shoot up across the board, and then all of a sudden these ASIC machines aren't as efficient because, as I said, it's an arms war. It's an arms race. Yeah, that's why I bought the 1060s, because they were the most efficient at the time. But right now, profits aren't very good as far as mining goes, because we'll be mining Ethereum on them. A lot of the US buyers got screwed on the new tax and tariff taxes. So, everyone who bought a Z9 Mini, did you have to pay a lot on taxes? I don't mean a taxi, as in a taxi. I mean on a tax, a fee, money. By the way, if any of you guys want to jump on and chat, more than welcome to. I'd say the other side. All right, hold on. Cryptoland, maybe a solar roof. It's better to invest in free energy tied to the local grid with no batteries. 40 years the panels will last, and a huge converter, and you're good. The only problem is space. For me, the only problem is, you know, solar panels being fixed to my house, because I mean, I don't particularly like my house. You know, I'm hoping to move in a few years' time, maybe get a bigger one, or I don't know, maybe I'd move abroad. I don't know. So I couldn't spend a huge amount of money and invest it in something like solar panels and wait 10 years or whatever to break even. Imagine it'd be sooner if I was mining though. Crypto North said batch 2 is overclocked at 14.3 thousand souls. John said they spent $10,000 on a 1080 Ti rig and only earned 4,000 in coins, now worth 1,000. Ordered a Z9 to recoup my GPU mining loss. Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of in the same boat, John, and I think everyone who bought GPUs, well, certainly this year, it's been hard to break even, but it does depend on what coins you were mining as well, because other people, you know, they'll be up. Rogic says, never mind the rigs we use for profits, the real issue is shitty projects. 7 feet tall projects with midget legs. Yeah, that's true. And, you know, guys, that's why I've been trying to... I was chatting to Ads earlier on. I was chatting to him on Discord, and he was saying, oh, did you hear about the Z Classic, the new fork, Anon? And I just don't want to cover projects like that anymore. You know, Z Classic has been... You know, it's been a group, an organisation, or a community that's forked so many coins, and just... If you hang out in the Discord, there's loads of people just... You know, they're all anonymous and they all want to try and pump the coin and all that. And I'm just like, you know what? I don't want to cover things like that on my channel. I'm trying to just focus on what I believe to be good projects. I won't always get it right though. You know, there's going to be time to time where I'll talk about a coin and then later, you know, down the line it gets abandoned or they don't do what they said. But I'm going to try and focus more on projects I think look legit. Some electric power lines have caught fire. Oof, that's not something I want to. I mean, I've got 30 GPUs going through one plug. That's what I'm looking for as well, Joseph. Well, I'm just going to mine Ethereum for a while and then see what happens. You know, what I should really start doing though is I might put some buy some Zen cash and put it into a shared masternode. Yeah, Bitmain have tried to lock the overclocking. I think that's because the Z9 can't be overclocked as much. I'd saying there's zero chance of getting anything from Equihash ASIC bought now. I think the people who bought them first got their money back. I think the people who who are getting this batch, they should hopefully break even. But there's no guarantee. But if you buy it later, I think at that point, yeah, it's a different story. Sam Bitcoin is ordering a Z9 Mini. Do you recommend getting one? I'm kind of reluctant to say yes or no. I think it still looks like, at the current point, it still looks like if you buy one, then you'll get your money back. But things are going to change very, very quickly. But we'll see. We'll see what happens with the hash rate and all that. If you look at ASIC miner value, it's not. It's sitting about the same point it was the other day. But what I'll do, I'll go to Horizon. I'll check the hash rate. I want to see what the hash rate is. Horizon aren't even the first result for Horizon. Oh, that's interesting. I just noticed that when you search for Horizon, it doesn't come up the website, and I was like, oh, there's me. Right, so I'll go to the blog. Right, go to the website. Right, where's their Explorer? Give me their Explorer. I assume their Explorer shows... here we go. I assume that this shows hash rate. Charts. Here we go. Difficulty. Right. So here's the difficulty right now. I'll just put that away. So I actually thought we were up higher than that. So it's shot up there. So there looks like this point looks like this is when a lot of people got them delivered. Not sure if that's coming through. So see, like here, down the bottom here, it looks like it's shot up here because of ASIC miners being delivered. I think so, but I thought it would go up a lot more than that, so I don't know. I don't know. So yeah, it's going to depend on the hash rate and, you know, what the difficulty is. Sorry for being late in the comments, guys. It's always hard to follow up when there's so many. Joseph, my approach on buying GPUs now is to get selective deals on 1080 Ti's, which should maintain their value over the next 6 months or so. Yeah, that's. I don't think a 1080 Ti will go down too much in value. I don't think so. I think most of the reduction has already happened. So going by the fact that a 2080 is going to be about £750 in the UK, but also that's the Founders Edition. You know, some of the other cards might be 800 or 900. So a 1080 Ti is still a very powerful card. So 6 months time, it's not going to drop too much. Rogic saying people are complaining about profit because they don't know how to identify solid projects to ensure long-term profits. James, or taxes are 25% more. Very good point, Justin. Another argument for environmental concern. Once an ASIC is no longer profitable, it goes to the landfill. A GPU's functional lifespan is much longer as people are playing games. Very good point, Justin. And this is how I don't subscribe to that idea that ASICs are more efficient. I made the mistake. I said this in some videos. I said that ASICs are more efficient because I was looking at the watts and I was looking at the hash rate. But at the end of the day, you know, if you take a coin like Zencash now, Horizon, if every single one, every single miner, every single GPU miner that was mining Zencash, if they all went out there and they all bought an ASIC mining, they all bought an ASIC mining machine, they bought a Z9 or in silicon, Z9 mini, whatever. If every single person who had a GPU now has an ASIC, then the hash rate goes up, the difficulty goes up, and the electricity is going to be the same. It is going to be the same. If you've got a community and every single person sells their GPUs and buys an ASIC mining machine, then you've still got the same amount of people burning electricity. There's actually a good argument at that point to just make it CPU mining. You know, and save even more electricity. If you want to talk about environment, CPU mining, you know, surely that's the best. As is saying, ASIC miner, yeah, a GPU will last 5 years. It can last 5 years. Your warranty's 2 years, but I think after 2 years the price of your GPU will be quite low. Rogic says, I have a squad of us miners who pound out rewards, pulling our resources in solo mining, block after block after block. You have to learn how to quantify the little you do have. I can't even overclock the Z9 Mini because of the noise. It's like a jet engine. Well, that's another thing. You know, that if I bought one, I don't even know if I could store it in my house. I'd have to, you know, put it outside or go somewhere. I don't know. I'd have to store it somewhere. Yeah, you know, some people have talked about putting them in water tanks and things like that as well, as far as reducing noise. Rogic says, create a form we can fill out with information about projects so we can create a large list of potential profitable projects instead of having to fully research them by yourself. Okay, yeah, I could do something like that. I think my initial concern, Rogic, is that it will be spammed with lots of shit projects. But I could set up some sort of, you know, kind of voting page where people enter, like you can do like Google Forms. I could do a form on my website as well. We'll just do a form where people fill it in. If you give me a buzz on Discord, Rogic, that's something we could set up, because I realise I've got a platform here, so I'd be happy to help you guys, and we can, you know, we can see what, you know, people recommend. There's a lot of new projects out there. You know, there's going to be a lot of people recommending, you know, poor projects. A lot of this is subjective, though. I've had a lot of people saying that they swear by a project. They say the project is amazing, and then I check it and I'm like, listen, it's not for me. And other people still swear by it, and I do respect, you know, I do respect the opinion of others, because I've had, you know, there's people know a lot more about me, about mining, about trading, and they've recommended a project, and it just wasn't for me. I don't know if I agree with that though, Rogic. You're saying that the too late to get a Z9. I think the next batch ships in about 5 or 6 days, and it takes a week or so delivery, so you would get it in 2 weeks' time. I don't think profits will be halved by then, but we are going to see the difficulty shoot up. I mean, I was looking at the difficulty there for Zencash, but I imagine Zcash will be a little bit different. John's saying, wonder if Bitmain paid Horizon not to switch algos. You know what? I don't think that's the case. I think Horizon have got a good team, and, you know, everyone from the team seems really nice, but Bitmain are certainly approaching coins. I've got no doubt about that. Bright India Crypto, welcome to the stream. Block Operations, also known as Zencash, AK Horizon is an ASIC miner, so it was always in the best interest to allow the ASICs to run the network. Hi Dom. I'm the same, Di. I use my 1080 Ti to encode my video, well, and to stream as well. I've kind of touched upon that, Rogic. See the GPU rendering projects you're talking about? I've looked at them a little bit. I don't know too much about them, but I'm surprised it's not more popular. Have you did that yourself? Like, for something like that, do you need a good CPU? Is that something that you need to buy a good CPU for? Sam Bitcoin advisor, I want an A9Z Master. I looked. Is that the in silicon one? I looked at that and I didn't like the look of it. Crypto North, why can't some really smart people just rewrite the code or algos on old ASICs? I'm sure they could, but it's the incentive. I mean, I've covered the silicon on my channel a few times, but have you guys seen the prices? Like, if you've not seen it before, I'll show you the prices. I'll fire through some comments first. Can we change the chips in the board? I don't think so. Hi Chaos. Good to see you. Thanks to everyone that's tuning in, by the way, without being too cheesy and too YouTubey. Hi guys, subscribe to my channel. Henning, yeah, I agree with you. I agree with what you're saying, Henning. It's all about scaling. You know that any efficiency is lost when everyone else joins in and they start mining as well. Terry B says buying an ASIC, like buying an Equihash ASIC miner right now is committing crypto suicide. Yeah, that's a good point. Every single white paper, that annoys me in the white papers, but everyone starts with the history and they talk about Bitcoin, then say what's wrong with Bitcoin. Random man, right, so talk about GPU rendering. It says you have to have a good CPU and GPUs need to be on the motherboard. Ah, right, okay. So, alright, so you probably only have 2 GPUs per board then. Yeah, that's... I suppose that'd be a good option if I sold a lot of my GPUs and only had a few left. As many 16x and 8x lanes, 16x and 8x lanes as possible. Risers need to be 8x minimum. Ah, right. As far as in silicon goes, right? So let's look at in silicon, and they've got the big look at the big flashing miner button. What's this one? That one seems new. I've not seen that one. I don't think I've covered that one. So there's the A9Z Master. So this is the one that Sam Bitcoin Advertiser was talking about. But if you look at the hash rate of this one, 50,000 sols for... Oh, they've dropped the prices on this one. This was more expensive before. This was more expensive before. $4,000, but only 620 watts. So that's less than the Z9. And it's 10,000 more sols. But a lot of you guys are saying these ones can't be overclocked. And I've heard some other people saying that they're not as reliable. So, I don't know. I don't know. I'd probably go for Bitmain just because they've got a better track record. There's a Bitcoin miner. Then Silicon T2 Turbo. Like, is that here? I assume it's listed. There it's here. So that, look at that. Then Silicon, can you guys see that? In Silicon T2 Turbo, released August, $1.63 per day, and that's on 14 cents. I'm paying 18. So for me, that would lose me 88 cents per day. So this Bitcoin miner at $1,350 would cost me $1 a day. Just a reminder how important electricity is. You know, who was it? Someone made the comment earlier on about that, about how can we compete? If you're in the Western world, if you're in a country where electricity costs are high, it's going to come to the point where, you know, you just can't compete with these countries. And that, I don't know, you know, this is the thing. I keep swaying back and forth with this. As far as security goes, someone left a comment the other night and they were talking about Horizon, and they were saying that right now people aren't mining to nice hash for Equihash, but what if a lot of people started doing it? What if the price of Zcash and Zencash change and all of a sudden people want to start selling it to nice hash or something like that? You could be in a situation where, I don't know, maybe you're in a situation where the security is a concern again, but maybe not. I don't know. I'm gonna jump over here. I said I would do it earlier. So this is the video I did about Horizon the other night, and I got a lot of great comments for you guys. So I just want to go through a lot of the comments that are here. So this cuts out many of our community members. Yeah. So Seth Estrada was talking about in his community. He must have a lot of GPU miners in his, and it won't be a popular decision. Julio says Zen is dead to me now. Total sellouts. The thing is, this kind of comment, this is quite a popular sentiment among a lot of people with Zencash. Chaos, you're watching right now. You're live. That decision was bad and they should feel bad. Oh, you're getting a like for that. That's awesome. Just got my Z9's money. I confirmed to you that I was able to overclock my minis. Ah, right. Okay, that's not right. Now I call them horrible Zen. If you aren't going to do fair proof of work, there is no reason to have proof of work at all anymore. Screw them. As I said, there's a lot of people that are kind of voicing their frustrations here. Joe was saying business owners make decisions to benefit themselves and the business. It's no different in the crypto fields. They do what's best for them, or at least they do what they think is best. I'm sure the talks were long and drawn. What's next? They need to prove the decisions. Tough job I wouldn't want. I'm sure the decision makers have more to lose than most. I bet half of the crybabies don't even own the damn coin, let alone mine it. I don't understand why they did not just split it up, have 2 mining pools and have the ASIC algo reward at 35% and make a new algo that will always fork for GPUs with a 35% reward. Kind of like how Digibyte has multiple algos. This was something, after I did this video the other night, I was reading the comments in Discord and I caught the Vosk. Vosk did a live stream about it. His stream, and he was talking about Digibyte as well. Now, I've did a video about Digibyte before and they've basically got 5 algorithms and it's like 2 or 3 of them are GPU friendly and 2 are ASIC friendly. And it's, you know, it does demonstrate that this can be done. It's on the home page, I think it shows you that, but it does show you this can be done. You can make a coin that is ASIC friendly and GPU friendly. But when I don't know why it's not more popular. I'd like to see it. I'd like to see that be introduced more. So there's a graph somewhere that shows you that. I remember Voss showed it in his video. I'm sure I did it in my video months ago as well. There's like a little pie chart. Mine through 5 algorithms. It's there somewhere. See if I can find this. So I'm on the Digibyte website here, and basically they've got it mineable through 5 different algorithms. Let's see. Anyway, I can't find that bloody pie chart. I can't find it. Oh, that's why you don't go live. There's like a pie chart thing that shows you. Ah, there it's there. This is what I'm trying to show you. Right, so this is Digibyte, and this is what this comment was referring to. This one there from Crypto Caveman. Kind of like how Digibyte has multiple algorithms, and he suggested 35% goes to ASICs, 35% to GPUs, and then you've got 10% supernodes, 10% secure nodes, 10% treasury. So basically, of the 70% proof of work, half goes to ASICs, half goes to GPUs, and it would be something like this. This one, you've got GPU mining and CPU mining, ASIC mining, GPU mining, and ASIC mining. Now, I've not been mining Digibyte, so I don't know how effective that is from a miner's point of view or how good the incentive is to mine. But it shows you it can be done. It can be done. I'd like to see that introduced by a team. Yeah, it does look like the Z9 isn't overclockable. Yeah, it was bad, Chaos. Yeah, I mean, as far as the Z9, as far as overclocking goes, I think that they probably didn't plan it out the way they thought. I don't think they realised that people would overclock the original version, and they didn't think about that, because the plan was to, you know, launch the Z9 Mini and then launch the Z9, which was 4 times more effective. But what they've did is they brought out the Z9, which is already overclocked, because I think out the box, if it wasn't overclocked, maybe it would only be 30,000 sols or something like that. But they've got 2 overclocked Z9 Minis in it. So if they'd restricted the Z9 Mini originally, the Z9 would be more attractive. Terry's saying it's a misconception that multi-algo coins are more resistant to attacks. Just look at Verge. I didn't realise Verge was also multi-algorithm. I didn't know that. I mean, I've read a lot of stories about Verge. Obviously, they were in the news a lot this year. But I've never mined the coin. Hi, Bludget. Mine Ethereum, buy Digibyte. That's what I'm doing right now. Well, I'm mining. I've got 3 rigs on Ethereum. I've got 1 rig on Safecoin. You can run 2 minis off 1 APW3 power supply. I think the thing is with attacks, I think there's more of an argument to be nice hash resistant than there is to be, you know, resistant to anything else. Nice hash is the source of, I wouldn't say all the attacks, but certainly a large number of them. I'm going to catch up with some of the comments here because I think some of them are quite interesting. Marcy said he would love them to move away from ASICs. You still have plenty of time to buy a Z9 Mini, and you know a lot of people are talking about this today. They're going to buy one. Any and all deception appropriately deserves to be abandoned. Faith and karma has a way of bringing balance to all situations. This guy used to be a major proponent and advocate of GPUs, and just like that, screw them all. On to the next project. That was Roderick, our very own Roderick here. And this is the thing, you know, I think that has been criticism of all of these coins, because Equihash was launched, and if you look at all the Equihash coins, they're all launched, you know, the ZK Snarks protocol, and they all profess to be a GPU resistant coin. All the coins on Equihash did that. And if you looked at what Monero did, as soon as ASICs come on, they says, no, we're forking, and we're forking right now, and they forked. It's never an easy decision to do that, but they took a stance. And it is kind of, I can understand that viewpoint, that not gave in, but a lot of coins, they claim to be, you know, ASIC resistant. I don't think Zencash ever professed to be ASIC resistant in their marketing, but there were certainly a lot of other Equihash coins who did do that, and they did say they were ASIC resistant. And then as soon as an ASIC mining machine was there, they just said, oh, it's best for the coin. So yeah, I can see the frustration from people about that. Any talk about the big candle stick on ETH selling recently? No, I didn't notice that, Bludget. What's been happening? A lot of people have been selling. Adam Bone is 2 A9s in my basement. So Adam, is the A9 super quiet? The one from InSilicon? Is that one super quiet in comparison? I don't know if it's got the decibel rating there, does it? In fact, it'll have it in ASIC miner value. The A9. A9. Where's the A9? 70 decibels it says there. Is that right? That says it's louder. I don't know if that's right or not. Bludget, yeah, the new watt meter is, yeah, it's working great. I don't check it that much. I only really need to check it when I change things up. So if I change to a new algorithm, or if I bought a new GPU or sold a new GPU, I'd probably check it. But I've got an idea of roughly how much how much power I'm drawing. So is it the Bitmain PSU that's loud? So if you used your own power supply, that wouldn't be an issue, would it? Sam Bitcoin Advertisers just went ahead and bought another Z9 Mini. Another man joins the ASIC gang. When you overclock a Z9 Mini, it's a little loud. Yeah, so imagine if you connected a good power supply, that'd be less of an issue. I want to get through some of these comments from the other night. I've replied to a lot of these anyway, but I thought, you know, a lot of them are quite good. Darren Weatherall says, I'm really on the fence about this. I'm a GPU miner, so obviously I'd love to see them change algos. But at the same time, I can't blame them for not changing. People spent money on Z9s just like others bought GPUs. And you can't blame people for going that route rather than GPUs. The ASICs are cheaper to run and more efficient. So, again, that's something that isn't necessarily true if everyone jumps over. Cutting them out would make their equipment instant toasters. Since there are two camps of miners, ASIC and GPUs, people are going to be pissed off with any decision. Yeah, that's true. I talked about this recently. Hi, Marcius. You just missed. I was just highlighting your comment there. I touched upon this subject with Jeff and Safecoin, and we were talking about it in the Discord a few weeks ago, and I said that as well. I said that the decision for Safecoin to fork, Safecoin was on Equihash and it went to 1445, and there was an open debate about it in the Discord, but obviously because I'm part of the team and I help out with the, with certain things in the team, I was privy to some private discussions as well. But I said in the public Discord, I said that it wasn't even a decision, because the whole community was, the whole community is GPU miners. So you have to go with what your community, especially for a new coin. I think if you're a new coin, you have to go with what your community wants. I think it's different if you're established for years and then you can come out with security concerns and all that. But I think if you've got a brand new coin and you're totally relying on everyone in the community to support you, then you could do a lot more damage to your coin by just allowing ASICs to come in. But as I said there, I said that in a year's time, if you find out that 60-70% of your community now have ASIC mining machines and they want a fork, then the balance changes, and then all of a sudden it might make more sense to fork to ASICs because more people in the community have ASIC mining machines. And this is something that isn't really talked about a lot. A lot of people are talking about ASICs are evil or GPU mining is dead and all that, but really it's about, the big debate here really is about community, and it's all about what do the people in your community have. The people that are mining your coin, do they have ASIC mining machines? Do they have to go out and buy them? Are they going to be pissed off if you force them to do that? It is a hard decision though, so this is how I'm trying to see both sides with these kind of things. So I can see Horizon, why they made the decision in this case, but I can see why people are pissed off as well. Joseph's going to use an EVGA, say that right this time, 750. P2, that's a good one, that's the platinum. Random Man is asking how long everyone has been in crypto. Henning says GPUs are definitely more home friendly. Can't really have a Z9 Mini anywhere else than in your basement. Can have those GPU rigs more scattered around. And that's the thing, GPU rigs are quite noisy themselves. You hear that? That's the noise of my GPU rigs in the background. I can only imagine the noise in this room if I had some ASIC mining machines here. Mo J, got a question for you guys. How do you prevent people from getting ripped off by scammers on Discord and Telegram? These people don't even read the rules warning them about these scammers. What do you mean, Mo? What do you mean about how do you prevent people from getting... Some guy just gets scammed out of $12,000 worth of bulwark. How did they get scammed? I mean, there's certain things at the end of the day, if people are falling for these Twitter scams, or if they're sending money to people they don't know, or if they're not, they're giving people their wallets or not protecting their private keys and things like that. I feel bad for them, but at the same time, yeah. I mean, there's certainly a learning curve in crypto as far as protecting your wallets and all that kind of thing. So I'm not 100% sure what you mean though as far as scammers and all that, because as soon as I get any link, whenever I get approached on Discord, which is at the moment every single day, but people will say, hey, join up to our project, and I'm spam. I block them, I close the message, I don't follow the link, I don't do anything. Scammer pretended to be one of the mods and told them to dump their private keys to help them with their problem. Yeah, I mean, I don't like hearing of anyone who lost money, but I don't understand why a mod would... Why would the moderator of a team... Like, what was the problem? Why would they need to hand over private keys? I'm assuming it's a wallet-related issue. Even then, can you trust someone in a team? I wouldn't be handing over private keys. Yeah, Bludget's right. I mean, it's something I think most people should know, though. It's like giving people your PIN number for your credit card. Chaos saying, I think they preach the ASIC resistance, so everyone run up to the price to go up. I mean, right, Chaos saying, I think they preach ASIC resistance, so everyone run to it, the price go up, Bitmain do what they do the best, and then the developers laugh in the corner. Mission accomplished, we have the hardware made just for us. Yeah, trust Roderick. Send all your money to Roderick. Send him your private keys. Disclaimer, don't do that. Yeah, but even as far as a fake mod, why would a mod ask for your private keys? Why would a moderator help with the private keys? I assume it was a wallet issue. I'm assuming it was a password or wallet issue or something like that. But still, you can't give your funds away. You know, you can't give someone access to your funds, especially if you don't know who they are. I'm assuming this moderator was anonymous and he wasn't transparent about who he was. Don't know who he is. Hi, Jonathan. Put them in a tank of vegetable oil or similar thermal solution. Are we still talking about the hacker? Brad Cahoon. I've not spoke to Brad in a few weeks. I'll need to get him back on. Brad was saying Zen was on my buy list. The news that they're not even looking at alternatives puts them on the hold list. There's several projects implementing progressive proof of work and MTP Equihash. With a team that Zen has, this should never have been an issue to implement. I put other coins that are implementing progressive proof of work and MTP Equihash on my buy list. Who are these coins? Zcoin and Zelcash. FPGA and ASICs are the future of it. Oh, right, I think I replied to this. Yeah, this was one I replied to. FPGA and ASICs are the future for an environmental point of view, efficiency point of view, and hash rate point of view. Just look at the new 28 series. This is what yeah. I'll quote my own comment here. It isn't as black and white as that. A higher hash rate doesn't necessarily mean a coin is more secure. It's about distribution. The efficiency argument doesn't always stand up either. It's a computing war. Yeah, I kind of touched upon that earlier. Jonathan Pollock, who has just joined the stream. I'm going to quote your comment here from the other night. Time to wise up and move on and buy a Z9 Mini. I took a break from crypto for 5 weeks and now I'm looking at where we are at. I think it's time we realise we need to hand back the graphics cards to the gamers. Power consumption has to be considered. It's just not ethical to waste. We should be thinking Tesla power walls and solar, not draining the grid just to break even. Personally, if I was setting up again, a mix of both ASICs and GPUs would be the answer. If speed is a factor in making transactions, then you have to consider efficiency and effectiveness. Only people getting free electric would think otherwise. Do the maths. The more popular crypto becomes, you have to meet demand or else we will run into the same GPU crisis as before. There's more. The problem is 10 times RTX 2080 Ti's in a rig is going to need a 2000 watt power supply or 2 times power supplies, and apparently a rig is not stable at that higher of power of usage. I think, I was talking about this earlier, Jonathan, and I think that, that I've used a few examples to demonstrate what I'm trying to say, but if you consider in a community like Zencash, and every single person with a GPU who is mining Zencash, if they all go out and buy an ASIC mining machine to replace every card, so if they sell a 1080 Ti and just buy, an ASIC mining machine to replace that, then you're in the same position. You've got the same number of people who should be allocated those coins, and you've got the same electricity burning. So this is where I'm not sure the electricity argument stands up. But, of course, a GPU is a general purpose device. If a device can be designed specifically for a particular algorithm, it's more efficient. But again, the same argument is you've still got multiple devices, you've still got them all burning electricity, and it really depends what someone is using. ASICs are more efficient if you're comparing them to GPUs, but if every single one of us has an ASIC mining machine, then the electricity is going to end up being the same. As far as hash rates and, pricing and all that. And Yeah, that's a good point, Vin. Discord doesn't really have a good way of stopping, you know, people setting up the same username. Yeah. They should really add some sort of badge where someone like staff get like their own logo or something like that, or you know, something that makes it clear that they're an official member and an official member of the team. Joseph saying for $800, the Z9 Mini is accessible to the everyday person to go and buy. Bitmain, out of all the ASIC companies, make the hardware accessible to the everyday person. But it's more effective and profitable. Yeah, Jonathan. Yeah, right now, it's one of those things. Because I think that's a blanket statement, Jonathan, and I think that it depends, because that's the thing, you know, nothing's ever black and white. It's always a shade of shitty grey. You know, if you look at ASIC miner value, I can look at something like the Z9 Mini and say, well, that, you know, that broke even after 2 months. That's perfect. But then, you know, there's machines down here. I mean, look at that. April 2018, that would be losing me money. June, that would be losing me money. August, that would be losing me money. These aren't cheap machines either. May, losing me money, losing me money, losing me money. So we can pick out examples like the Z9 Mini, but ASICs aren't always the answer. That much is clear. Now, we're kind of progressing to ASICs and FPGAs. That does seem to be the way the market is going. But what happens if we've got a year of everyone owning an ASIC, or, you know, say everyone stops mining via GPUs? There isn't going to be a way back to GPUs, is there? What if we all go back? What if we all go to FPGAs? Some of the FPGAs are selling for like $3,000, and then all of a sudden, this is where it's even more centralized. I don't know. I mean, I can't see both sides of this, but I think a lot of the arguments that people supporting ASIC miners, you know, people supporting ASIC mining machines, a lot of the arguments they're putting forward, they're true for one particular ASIC mining machine, but not for others. ASICs are not fair to use GPU miners to put on the same algo. Yeah, well, it depends, because there's the 8-hash ASIC miners that came out before the Bitmain one. That wasn't, you know, if you actually look at the hash rate and you look at the price of the unit, you'd actually be better buying GPUs to mine Ethereum, like buying some AMD cards. So again, it comes down to what ASIC mining machine. You have to think about the long run. Prices will go up. We live in a world where children can manipulate a smartphone better than the majority of adults. The younger generation will have crypto mastered. As far as a usability thing, yes. As far as a usability thing, yes. But it's important to remember as well, a lot of people, they just consume. They don't produce. You know, I've got friends as well. I've got friends, I've got the most powerful iPad. They've got the most powerful MacBook Pro. But these devices are meant for, you know, well, not the MacBook Pro, but the iPad and things like that. Tablets are generally made for consumption. They're made for accessing apps and all that. Not everyone is technical. You know, I've got people who know how their phone works, they know how everything works, and then as soon as anything goes wrong, they don't know what's happening. Certainly, this generation is more technical savvy than the last one. I think that's true. But yeah, I do think the younger generation are certainly going to be more receptive to cryptocurrency, and I think all the surveys they've published supports that. Have you heard of this service called Hodl It? They're launching a roundup platform, so when you buy things on a debit card, they round up the change and invest it into Bitcoin. Ah, that's quite cool. That's quite interesting. I'm thinking more about scale and crypto being more popular and more users. Yeah, I mean, this is the thing. See as far as scaling up. See when crypto is, you know, when cryptocurrency has been adopted by the masses, you're going to have huge farms. You know, well, there's already huge farms in China and Russia and all that. But see when the banks get involved and all these investment companies, you know, GPU mining is going to be a very, very niche thing. Even ASIC mining could be a niche thing because, you know, when it comes down to electricity costs, the one thing that we're seeing here, because we keep saying it, but ASIC mining and GPU mining as well, you know, mining in general, it's an arms race. Everyone wants to get more hash power, so they buy more powerful devices, and these companies keep producing more powerful units, FPGAs, ASIC mining machines. The hash rate goes up, the difficulty goes up. You need to spend more money to make more money, and the margin is electricity. This is what Joseph was saying this earlier, where electricity still dictates the price of a coin. So if you're in a company, I'm talking like an idiot today. If you're in a country where electricity is like 1 or 2 or 3 cents per kilowatt hour, how can someone who's paying 10 or 15 or 20 cents per kilowatt hour, I think in New Zealand it's like 35 or something. How can you compete? You just can't compete. So it's going to get to the point where mining will be a very niche thing. I'm not saying right now, but I think in a couple of years' time it will be a very niche thing, and it will be reserved for these huge farms, and the margins will be very thin, and they will be very reliant on solar power or geothermal power or just super cheap coal power. But it's interesting. I do appreciate all the different views. There's a lot of people that have got different opinions on this, so it's good to talk about it. Anyone have any thoughts from today's Ethereum core developers meeting? No, I didn't follow it. Bisquero, the problem is simple. Do people believe in a blockchain project, then decide how long you want to invest mining or buying the coins and hold? ROI game does not make sense. It varies every hour. No, I don't agree with that, Bisquero. I think you have to look at return on investment. I think the idea that you don't is ludicrous. If you're buying hardware, you have to think of the break-even point. If you're investing in a coin, well, even if you're not a miner, you have to look at the mining situation because that will dictate the price of the coin. So when you invest in a coin, you have to think about the ROI. If you bought Bitcoin at $20,000 last year or 19,000, whatever it was, you obviously have to think of, right, when will I break even now? You're not thinking about, the longer I'm going to think of investing in this. You have to think about break even. I mean, it's when you buy a coin, you think about making money, but when you're buying hardware, if you're not going to break even, you shouldn't be buying it. That's it. If you can't break even with your mining equipment, you should not buy it. What's this? Jig Gallo, if you make that coin, we need to... Right, I missed a comment here. Jig Gallo, I'm developing a proof of Kevin algo with American English resistance. I'm up for that. I missed that one, sorry. Consensus mechanisms will change so much in the next few months, let alone years. That will be soon, not even be able to relate to current methods. Blockchains are in a race to change the industry. Yeah, I would agree with that. I think... a lot of these shit coins are pumping and dumping within weeks now, not even months, weeks. But there's going to be good projects here, and this is why right now, I mean, I guess that's what Bisquero's talking about as far as ROI, as far as invest in a project that you want and just invest in it. And I do agree with that, and that's what I'm trying to do as well. Just put coins into projects that that I like. You know, right now I don't have any Zencash or Horizon, but it is a project I like. I like what they're doing. I like that they're trying to think long term. I realised the decision the other day isn't that popular, but I'm hoping to mine Ethereum and then use the money that I make to buy some Zencash in the hope of getting a secure node. And when you've got a secure node, I'm just going to leave it and just leave it mining, you know, leave the block reward building up and just leave it there for a few years and see what happens with the price. So I do agree with you there, Bisquero. Henning saying it'd be a lot worse if we saw ASICs price from $4,000 and above. At least ASICs such as Z9 Mini, $850 are affordable by a lot of people. So in terms of decentralization, that is a positive. It's kind of funny though that one of the most popular ASIC mining machines now is mining the first ASIC resistant algorithm, or at least the most popular one. Budget, exactly. You treat it like a business. Agreed. Yeah, that's what I'm hoping to do. I mean, I'm just going to see what happens with that. I might try and get someone put it into what's the word I'm looking for? A shared masternode. I might put it into get some coins and put them into a shared masternode. Massey is, you can look at mining just like buying crypto. Never spend what you can't afford to lose. If you choose to cash out when you make ROI and keep mining, then that's a good investment. Agreed. Have to ROI someday, right? Sell you my node. I no longer support them. Well, I don't have enough to buy the node just now. I'm saving up my I'm going to save up Ethereum and then make a decision. The reason I'm saying that is because if I get to the point where I'm ready to buy the node and then a new hardware comes out, maybe I'll opt for the hardware instead. I don't know. But I think what is Zencash just now? It's about $20 or so. $18. Right, it's $18.81. So you're talking under $800 for a node right now. No, I've not used the desktop Ether1 wallet. I'm looking forward to that. Hi Adam. No problem, Joseph. Thanks for dropping by. If there's, I think it's good to dedicate one stream to that. I realise in a lot of my live streams I kind of jump around and I talk about a lot of different subjects, which is sometimes good, but it was good today to just talk about one particular subject. So if you've got an idea for a future live stream as far as one topic to discuss, you know, just give me a buzz on Twitter or Discord and we can set it up. It's interesting though the way that this is going though, because this was something I brought up a few months ago, and I think everyone in Cryptocurrency was talking about the whole ASIC versus GPU thing, but it's still a hot topic and it's still dividing people as far as, you know, some people want to continue doing GPU mining, some people swear by ASIC mining now. I'm still sitting in the middle. I'm a GPU miner right now, but I might sell some GPUs, I might buy an ASIC, or I might buy some more GPUs. I don't know. I'm just holding off just now. I don't have a Discord link. I did a video about that recently actually. Explain. In fact, can I get this? I've linked a video about that Crypto North, but essentially it's because time. I'm too busy right now to sit in Discord and give it my full attention. it might change in the future. I've got a lot of things in the background that are kind of draining my time right now. I might actually have to take a few days off from doing videos. I've got websites I'm trying to sell. I need to change my hosting setup. Like, I spent a day or two there just messing around with my server, deleting cache files and log files. Oh, it's so boring, but it's something I need to do. And just things like that just now. I just don't have the time to also, you know, help run a Discord channel. It's something I would like to do in the future though. So, you know, for the time being, just hit the little bell icon so, you know, you can join in live streams. Gigolo, I spent all last night with an investor looking to create the world's largest Bitcoin mining farm application with electricity prices 1/10 of what most farms are paying. $50 million just for the early stage work. It's insane. Recently, I watched a video on nuclear power waste and limits, so it takes thousands of years in concrete bunkers to be safe. That's if you're not broken open by earthquakes. Thanks, Marcius. Everybody plays nice together, and I walk away every time feeling that we all learn something when it's over. Well, hopefully that is something that hopefully that's something that continues. I do like that. I mean, I like the fact my live streams. I'm hopefully attracting nice people, people who want to talk about mining, GPU mining, ASIC mining, and you know, when I'm talking about things, I don't want to be. Obviously, I've got an opinion on things, and that's, you know, why I've got a channel and why I'm doing videos. So I do have an opinion on things, but I don't want to ever have a closed, you know, the closed mindset where I don't listen to other people's opinions. So there's a lot of you guys that have different opinions on me about mining, about trading, about what coins to invest in and all that. And I might disagree with you, but I am listening to people, and I think it's important to do that. I think if you stick your head in the sand and you don't listen to anyone else's opinion, I think you'll end up losing money. I think you have to listen to what other people are saying. Obviously, you have to still, you know, believe in what you believe, but as far as you know, everyone chatting, you know, that's what I'm looking for. You know, I think there's a lot of smart people who watch my streams because, and I'm not just being a sook, but I know that because I've had a lot of help from you guys, like saying, no, check out this coin, or, you know, do this with your mining rig. That's what I'm trying to do. But, you know, I don't mind. At the end of the day, if anyone comes on and they're abusing someone else, or they're racist, or they're you know, if anyone's just being a dick, basically, then they get banned. You know, but if you're nice and you've got a different opinion than everyone else, it doesn't matter. Can't we all just get along? ASIC or GPU? I've looked at a few videos about the ray tracing thing, but I saw one of the videos saying that a 2080 can perform the same as, I don't know if it was a 1080, but at 50% of the power or something. How long does your phone battery last? Mine doesn't last that long. If you have available servers, why not masternodes? I've got a dedicated server, but I've had it for years. It's super powerful, but basically I don't want to be using up CPU time for mining, because I'd have to split up the threads or something, because you still need to I don't know how I'd manage that. Basically, you know, a dedicated cloud mining is more popular now. When I set up a dedicated server, it wasn't, but essentially you want to have, you know, quite a lot of your CPU time free, so that if there's any processes that require a lot of CPU time, your websites don't go down. And if you were CPU mining, then you're going to use up, you know, a lot of CPU time. You can split up a dedicated server. I can set up VPS packages and limit what they, you know, can access. But quite frankly, I don't. There's no money in it. It's the time and hassle and all that as well. But if there was a way to make money from, you know, setting up a dedicated server, obviously it's a different story right now because I already have it. But I've not done it so far because that's separate. That's for my websites. I want them, you know, to stay online. Thanks for the support, guys. Roger, crypto does not play nice. It's a dog-eat-dog space. You have to wear your mental armor when you get talking to people about crypto. Yeah, it's... I do think that's true for a lot of people, but I also think there's a lot of good people out there as well. I mean, it's just like in any walk of life. There's a lot of... I mean, I've had a lot of people helping me with stuff, and they've done it free of charge. They've helped me with things. And that was before I even, was doing videos or anything. So there's a lot of people out there who aren't looking to pump and dump and all that. But you do... I get what you're saying, Roger. You do have to have your wits about you. You do have to be careful. With SafeCoin, you brought as a diamond in the rough. Yeah, well, I hope so. That's why I still like the project. But again, SafeCoin is a good example of me believing in the team before I believed in the coin, because I liked what they were trying to do. I liked the white paper. I liked what they were trying to do in the roadmap and all that. But really, it was Jeff and what he was trying to build, and I just liked how transparent and all that it was from the start, and what he was trying to do. And that's a big thing. That's how I'm moving away from all these anonymous projects. I want to see who's leading a project. I want to speak to them. It's one of the reasons why I really like Horizon. I like what they're doing. I like that they're transparent. Everyone in the team seems normal. They all seem hardworking, and they all seem like nice people. And it does make a difference, when you see people acting professionally and they're not, going out there and insulting other people and banning people for asking questions and things like that. Hi, what's that? It's Damien. I can't even pronounce that. It's Checkpot. Zezpot. No problem, budget. Well, I mean, I get a lot back from it as well. Should be ASIC versus FPGA versus GPU. That's true. Yeah, I probably should have said that, but I didn't put FPGA in the video title simply because, in fact, I can change it. I'll change it. GPU versus... I've changed the title, so that'll be different. I'll say FPGA mining. Although we have been talking mostly about ASICs and GPUs. Thanks, Byron. Appreciate it. Is anyone running a node? I've only got one. I've got some coins in a shared masternode with Bishoy's Equipool. But I've got one for Ether 1. Ether 1's the one I've got it on. That's interesting, Kia. So are you putting a 1070 Ti into a server case? Oh, don't get me started on phones. I'm looking to buy one soon. I might buy the Poco phone, but I'm still looking at reviews. Three 1070 Ti's, one 1080, a 1060 and a 390. All in a server case. Because you can buy server cases very cheap on eBay. Like you can buy old Lenovo and Dell computers. Yeah, that'd be good, Adam. What I mean, if you want to get involved in a project, see if you hang out in the Discord. Hang out in the Discord. Chat to people, and if you like the project, then you can start contributing and you can help out. But if you're talking about I'm maybe misinterpreting what you're saying there. If you're talking about the Z9 Mini, I think there's people have been overclocking and releasing the firmware and all that already. So yeah, you could probably build upon that and maybe try and overclock it a little bit more. Bought it new on Amazon. Alright, so it was just the actual case. I looked at the FPGA with Minority, but it was only a few different algorithms. But to be honest, I don't know enough about FPGAs so far. If I'm honest, it's something I really need to learn more about. Roger was talking about SafeCoin there. If I can actually I'll show the SafeTrade exchange. Basically, I don't know if you've used SafeTrade before. They've got a new front page there. They're going to launch that. Well, it's launched already. Basically, they changed the UI, and they changed this the other day. Now, at the moment, it's incomplete. I mean, if you look at it, you can see it's incomplete. It doesn't have the logo there. There's a lot of stuff missing. It's I know, why do I keep saying basically? It's quite a plain UI right now, but I spoke to Jeff about it, and he's been speaking to the community, and not basically, essentially, there's a different word. The way it was set up before, changing anything in the user interface was an absolute nightmare. It took a lot of programming time and all that. The way they've got it now, they can customize the user interface and can do a lot of different things with it. So they've been working on the back end, but now what they're going to do is change the front end and kind of make it look nicer and all that. Cheers, Chaos. Cheers, Bludget. Oh, sorry, Chaos isn't going to say bye to Bludget. Right, thanks for watching, mate. So yeah, they're going to try and tweak the UI and all that. At the moment, it's a work in progress. But I think the way that the software works is that it would have been a real pain to try and implement it in the background. I think it would have been hard to try and deploy it in the background, which is why they've launched it just now. It's still being developed, but yeah, there's a lot of work they need to do as far as the UI, but that's what they're going to focus on. That's enough shilling for one day. But I thought I'd show you that because I was talking to Jeff about that the other day. Adam, I've joined many Discords. I know little programming and want to at least get online and help create. I mainly create graphics, but my dad taught my HyperCard. What's that? I've never heard of that. Malta. No, Zencash, now called Horizon, isn't forking. I'll post the announcement there so you can check it out. I did a video about this a few days ago as well if you want to check that out. Hi, JFK. Apple Mac base from the 80s. Alright, cool. I'd never heard of that. When I was younger, it was like BASIC and Comal and the Commodore 64, whatever that used. Has anyone here got an FPGA or thinking about buying one? Does anyone know what the hell is going on with Dogecoin? Look at that. 34%. What's going on here? What is going on there? What's driving this? That's a hell of a jump. Anyone know what's going on there? Dom, looked into buying one. I want to upgrade my motherboard first. Marcius is interested but hasn't jumped down the rabbit hole in them yet, so no idea of the ROI. Yeah, this is something I need to learn about as well. Thanks, Dom. Thanks, Dom. So Dom is saying Dogecoin has been accepted on Mac's Yahoo Finance app. That's good. Dogecoin joke continues. The thing is, it isn't even a joke. Dogecoin is a fantastic coin. Whenever you want to move money to an exchange, Dogecoin is so easy. It's so fast. Massey's made a good point there. See, as far as going down the rabbit hole with FPGAs and the ROI, I don't know too much about it. But when I looked on Bitcoin Talk, I saw people talking about FPGAs, and it's, you know, there's not too many consumer products. There's a lot of people who are building things themselves, and they were saying I took these parts, and it seemed to get quite technical quite quickly. So yeah, I didn't read too much about it. I've got a basic understanding of how they work and what they do and all that. But as far as returns go, well, that's a different story altogether. If you go to the minority store, they are selling the BCU 1525. So if you actually look at what this does Monero 7, Crypto Night version 1, Lyra 2Z, and it does it 20.5 megahashes. Still under development, performance expected to increase. So 20.5 megahashes at 150 watts is insanely efficient. Again, we're talking about efficiency, but in comparison to GPUs, that's very, very efficient. With 30 GPUs, I think I get about 45 megahashes with Lyra 2Z. So yeah, what's that, about 40% or so, 45% of my hash rate for 150 watts. But it comes at a price that ain't cheap. That ain't cheap. And I realize it can be reprogrammed and all that as well, for different algorithms and all that. But right now, you know, at that price, you know, the smart money would be buying on 4 Z9 minis if you want to go down that route. So I don't know. I mean, when would you ROI that? When would you ROI that? $3,600 is a huge investment. And it's not, you know, you could buy, you know, at the current rate, what could you buy with that? Several 1080 Ti's. And 1080 Ti's are going to have a better resale value. So I don't know. I'm not running out to buy it. I'm not crapping on the product either, because I really don't know enough about the comment, if I'm honest. I need to speak to someone more who knows more about it. Yahoo Finance allows US dollar pairings now for those coins. I don't know why Doge is thrown in there, but yes. So that's Monero, Monero, XMR. Ah, right, okay. Dogecoin. I'll try and I'll sort by. So as far as coins that went up, Dogecoin is at the top there. So this is against Bitcoin. Bitcoin, Monero, Redcoin, Golem, Wanchain, Dogecoin. That's an insane amount. I'm Jon Snow when it comes to FPGAs. I used to have a little bit of Doge. I don't have any. I've got like cents if I'm lucky. BCU 1525 can be water cooled. Would it even need to be water cooled? Because it doesn't look like it's going to be that noisy. It's just a card on your PC. So is it just like a regular graphics card, but it's going to be, you can use it and you can water cool it. The thing is to note, they still, on top of that, you need to pay shipping. So if I add this, I pointed this out in another live stream. I think it's $75 or something to the UK. It depends where you are in the world, though. Proceed to checkout. I think I was $75 when I put in the UK. Yeah, so that'd be 3,675. If you are from Uganda, shipping method not available. What about Australia? Australia, there we go. You need to enter a zip code. Well, $75 for the UK, so that'll be $3,675. It seems a lot. It seems a big investment. I think with that kind of money, I'd be more inclined to buy an ASIC machine. But I don't know. I mean, I'd need to speak to someone to get an idea of, you know, what this can do. If you buy this FPGA, you will not get the benefits that come with minority hosting them if you have it shipped to you. Yeah, but I don't know. It's a big investment to spend that amount of money and not even own it. You can OC to 17.6 gigahash a second on OX token, right? What kind of benefits are you talking about, Rogic? I know we kind of briefly talked about this before. This is something I'd like to get someone like yourself or from their Discord to come on and talk to me. I tried to arrange that before, but the two of them are traveling at the time. But I'd like to get them on to talk. Again, I'm maybe not in a position to talk about it because I don't know enough about it. But at $3,600, you know, it's a big investment, so you have to think about breaking even. Yeah, I remember that. They give you an ERC20 token. Yeah. But I understand that, but I still think if I'm spending $3,600, I would like something tangible in my hand. Or I'd probably be leaning towards just buying coins and hosting a masternode. If it was hosted somewhere else. You know what I mean though? Like, as far as if you're not going to physically own the device, then why not buy coins and put them into a masternode and just host that? And then you don't have to give up anything. If that company went bust, what would happen to your card? I'm not saying that's going to happen. I'm not saying that they're dodgy or anything like that. I'm just saying handing over, you know, just under $4,000 and then having it hosted by somewhere else. I don't know. I would lean toward buying coins or buying hardware that I could own. Or if I was traveling, if I was going traveling for a few months, I'd probably lean towards masternodes, and you can control it over your laptop. I could be wrong though. I don't know. Maybe the hash rate just isn't big enough for me to commit to that. I would like to know more about it though. I would like to know more. No, I understand that, Rogic. You're saying hosting device will ensure maximum uptime. How many people know how to run an FPGA? But as far as Lyra 2Z goes then, right? Because this is 20.5, right? So let's say you choose hosting, right? So there's $4,029, right, for the first year. So let's look on what to mine. So let's look on what to mine. I'm going to take away my cards, and for Lyra 2Z, I'm going to put in 20.5, right? So this is the hash rate of this card, 20.5. I realize it could be a little bit higher later on, but that's for $4,029 for 1 year for them to host it. I'm going to take away, yep, so 0 for electricity. ETH, where are we going? All right. Where's going on here? Did I put in the wrong one? Where's... Ah, it's over here. Ah. Why? Right, I need to... Right, Lyra 2Z, 20.5. Work. There we go. Why is it defaulting? Don't default. Right, I've got it now. Got it there in the end. Right, so this is saying $4.24 per day profit right now. And that looks like it could be a coin that's spiked up. But let's, for argument's sake, that you're going to get $4.24. You're going to get $3.68 with nice hash. But 4,029, and if I say $4.24, then we are looking at a break-even point of like 3 years. ETH must be greater than 0. Yeah, I always get that wrong. So yeah, so that's at the current rates, you know, so looking at their value there, 20.5 mega hashes per second, looking at 1 year hosting. And obviously, it would be less over 3 years. You know, it would work out an effective rate over 3 years. But at 20.5, you're talking 950 days to break even at current rates. I don't know, it just doesn't seem... It doesn't seem viable. Am I missing something here? Maybe I've got this wrong. Am I missing something? I feel like I'm missing something because surely it can't be 950 days to break even on that. Three years hosting. Right, 3 years hosting would work out effectively. So 3 years hosting. Now that's for 3 years. So that's still about 3 years to break even. This is why we need to wait to see future developments. Yeah, but yeah, it's a fair point, and this is why I don't want to crap on it, because I realise that these things are powerful. But right now, looking at what their official specs are and looking what their prices are for hosting or for getting it shipped to you, it's looking like the return is going to be very, very low. Like, how many GPUs, how many used GPUs or brand new GPUs could you buy that would also have resale value? How many ASIC miners can you buy? How many coins could you buy and put in a masternode and get more coins every day in a block reward, and you still own the coins? You don't have to worry about someone else hosting it for you. Again, if this goes up to 30 or 40 or 50 mega hashes per second, then all of a sudden this changes. You know, if that goes up to 50, I'm not saying it will, but if that goes up to 50, then all of a sudden this becomes a more attractive option. You're still looking at, you know, not breaking even for a year or so, maybe a year and a half, depending on, you know, what the profits are, what the profits of coins are. So even if the hash rate goes up from 20 up to 50, you're still talking like 14, 15 or something like that months to break even. Yeah, Justin, but I never put in any electricity cost there. If you look at what to mine, I've got the cost there at 0. I've put no electricity cost. No, I do appreciate their introductory numbers, but even if those are 20 mega hashes per second, if it goes up to 50, you're still talking about 15 months for a break-even point. I would have more faith buying a Z9 Mini right now than I would, you know, in breaking even than I would with that. I realise this is a powerful device. I don't know, like, maybe I'm missing it. Maybe I'm missing something. Maybe I'm looking at the numbers wrong. But to me, that doesn't seem like a good investment, if I'm honest. And I like what these guys are doing. I like what they're trying to do. But looking at what they're charging for this device and what the hash rate you get, you'd need that to go up to like 100 mega hashes per second for that to be viable, you know, as an investment. No, I understand that, Rogic, and you know, and when I come back to this, if the hash rate is much higher, I'll look at the figures again, and I will happily do a flip flop on that. I'm just saying, you know, all that I've got to operate on right now is the price of the unit, either itself or with a couple of years hosting, and what they're publicly saying is the hash rate. And it's maybe not a good example though, because obviously if I put in any graphics card right now, I'm going to get really poor returns. So, you know, that's going to change as well. You know, if we come out a bear run, we get into a bull run, mining profits go up, you know, and all of a sudden your rigs, instead of making a few dollars a day, they're making 10, 15, 20, $30 a day. Then all of a sudden something like the BCU 1525 could start making you a huge amount of money. So, do you know what I mean? It's one of those things, you know, and it's the same argument for people that are buying GPUs right now. The figures don't back up that they're making the right decision. If you look at current profits, if you look at the profits of the last 6 months, it doesn't make sense to do that. But we enter a bull run, mining returns go up, something like that could turn out to be a very profitable investment. So have you bought one, Justin? Are you going to hold it? Are you going to host it yourself? Have you bought one yourself, Roderick? Have you bought one yourself? Have you, Justin? As I said, I've got no, you know, I've got no reason to side against them or with them. When I spoke to them, they were very polite. They were very friendly with me. They come across as really nice people. I've got absolutely nothing against them, and I like what they're trying to do. I do like what they're trying to do. They released the ETH enlargement pool and all that. But this is one of the things though. As a YouTuber, you know, I can speak to these people. They're very nice, and you know, they're very professional. I like what they're trying to do. But if I'm doing videos, I have to give my honest opinion. And when I give my honest opinion, it's based on facts. It's based on the cost of it, and it's based on the hash rate. But as you say, I completely agree with you, Roderick. I think, you know, in a few months' time, if that hash rate is 60 or 70 or it's higher, or there's more algorithms there, or there's some more coins that come out that use those algorithms, and that's not $10, it's $20 per day or $30 per day, it completely changed the argument, and it, you know, it completely undoes everything that I did there. Justin bought 1 year of hosting. So the issue with them right now is heat, and that's why the hash rates are low. Right. I'll keep tabs on it, Roderick. I will keep tabs on it. It's something I want to, you know, pay attention to. I want to pay attention to the project and see what's happening. But right now the figures don't back up a purchase. That's, you know, I'll go as far as saying that. But I'll keep tabs on the project. If they come out, I will happily do a video on flip-flop and say, you know, I didn't say they were a good investment before. I do think they are now. You know, if they come out and there's different coins, you know, the what to mine, mining rates are different. If they're now getting 40, 50 mega hash per second and they bring down the price, I don't know. Hi, Joseph. I mean, it's you make a good point though, Roderick, because I don't know too much about them either. So that's +1 for getting hosted by them. But I don't know, it's one of those things. You know, in saying that, you know, if I could pay Bitmain a little bit more and have them host my, you know, a Z9 Mini, maybe that would be an attractive option because I don't have to listen to that noise in the house. But then you don't own what you're buying. You're into the kind of cloud mining kind of field. At least with a masternode, a masternode, if you want to backtrack, if you don't like your initial you don't like the investment anymore, you can just take your coins out and just sell them. But when you're into a 1, 2, or 3 year contract, you're tied. And there's some good coins on Lyra 2Z, but some of them, there's quite a lot of shit coins on Lyra 2Z as well. And then if you look at something like Vertical Coin, I've got some Vertical Coin, but they're changing their algorithm so that it's going to change so that it'll be 3 different algorithms. So I don't know how an FPGA ties into that. Hosting services for people setting up nodes. Oh, sorry, I missed your original comment. My focus right now are the next line of workstation cards, hosting servers, and a new line of GPU applications besides cryptocurrency. Yeah, the AMD have released a few different workstation cards and server cards. Yeah, that's my hesitation as well, Joseph, is that you're tied into a longer term contract. Even with a shared masternode, you can just withdraw your coins and get them back in a few days. So, I don't know, it's an interesting topic. I appreciate you've got a different point of view on this, Roderick. You seem to have followed it a little bit more than me. You know, I'm obviously just pulling up the website and I'm just looking at the hash rate and then just looking at the price. I'll maybe try and drop by the Discord one day and see how they're getting on. At least they're not claiming to do something that they can't. You know, it's not like their website, they're saying 20, possibly a 100. They've put 20. But it'd be good if they can get that, you know, get a little bit more out of that. And that's just Lyra 2Z. I've used an example. Maybe Monero 7 is different. Is Monero 7 up here? Let's see. Monero 7. I'm saying Monero 7. It's Kryptonite 7. Kryptonite version 1. Alright, so this is the original Kryptonite. Right. I don't think it's even there. Right, guys. I am starving. So that means it's time for my dinner. So I've had a blast, guys. I really do appreciate everyone who's tuned in today. Thanks to everyone who's been commenting. I'm sure we'll talk about this again at one point. This, you know, this is a thing in the GPU mining, well, in the GPU mining world, in the mining world. The whole thing about GPU mining, ASIC mining, FPGAs, this is going to come up again and again and again because we're all trying to make money here. Yeah, we're all trying to make money here. Thanks, Justin. Thanks, Dom. Thanks, Joseph. Roderick. Too many people to say thanks to. Steel Horses, Sespot, Damien, Julian, Dom. I'll try and do another live stream soon, guys. I do appreciate all the feedback. I do appreciate all the discussions we've had today. It's been a lot of fun. I'm getting dehydrated from talking. The application we need for the FPGAs is a way to load unnecessary work. I'll read that again. The application we need from FPGAs is a way to offload unnecessary work to where it can be processed faster, ultimately increasing hash rate. Yeah, I saw that with Acons. That was about bandwidth, and the bandwidth was being bottlenecked through, was it the CPU or something? But again, this isn't something I know much about. So guys, many thanks for the stream. Many thanks for dropping by and chatting. I'm sure we'll pick this up very soon. Hope you all have a fantastic weekend. So if I don't speak to you, have a good one. I'll keep my eyes out for some new projects and new coins that look good, and I'll do some more videos with you. Our Legend of Gig has arrived just at the end. Hello and goodbye. Sorry mate, that's the stream ending, but you can scroll back and see what we were chatting about. Trafalgar Square, nice. Sitting down in London. Have a blast, mate. Sounds good. All those flashing lights. Right guys, I'm going to shoot off. I am starving. It's been a blast. Have a fantastic weekend, and let me know how you got on with your Z9 minis. If any of you guys want to come on and talk to me about it, give me a shout and we can come on and we can chat about it, because I'm interested to know, you know, more about it and how that's working out and how many profits, you know, how much money you guys are making, what the profits are like. Thanks, Gig. Till next time, guys. Take care.